Hello, I'm the Oddnight builder, and I have some old couches, and I want to show you what I do with them to cut down the cost of having to dump the dang things. By the time you're done, you should be left with a metal bed frame and a mattress. We usually keep ours in the plastic, just in case any buggies like to get in there. Not that we have them, just a precaution. But you can throw that out for dirt cheap at a dump, and the metal frame you can recycle. Now, could you tear apart the mattress? Yeah, of course. In fact, it's weaker than most mattresses. It's basically a metal frame with some cushioning and fabric. In fact, if you've ever slept on a pull-out sofa, you know that's all there is to it because they suck. I actually recommend never subjecting anybody to those things and using a blow-up air mattress. Or just let them sleep on the couch cushions themselves. To hell with the pull-out. But yes, you can do it. I didn't do it because I'm lazy. This is what your nice couches that you pay $1,000 or plus for are made out of. Really cheap 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch OSB, some cardboard, and some foamy little corners, about a gajillion of these little staples, and a bunch of fluff, and about the cheapest fabric you can really think of that would be covering a couch. Stuff that you wouldn't even want to wear as any kind of clothing. This is the stuff that covers your couches that you're paying thousands of dollars for. They're all crap. Now, there are some out there that actually put some money into them. And you can go with them. You're going to pay through the nose though. So I'm going to show you what these couches are made out of. So when you go shopping for that name brand couch that you think is, oh, it's awesome, this is what most of them are made out of. So the sofa is done. This love seat here has seen better days. It's actually from the 70s. And this POS mattress here is long since done and moldy. So that's going to go over there. And here's the bed frame. So what I'm going to do is try to rip off all the fabric, and then you'll start to see what I'm talking about as far as construction. So to start, you want to find a nice soft spot. This one has a little bit of a backer here, unlike the other couch, to accept this top piece to go up and in. So you can try one of these. Goodbye, Cricket. And there we go, there's a soft spot. You just start with a nice cut. And let's go down. You can start to see. Alright, so like I said, here's some of that cheap material they put in there. This is for the 70s, it's not so bad, but this is that cheap yellow foam that they used in pretty much everything in the 70s. This is some kind of a fiberboard on this one. So this one is probably a little better construction because of the age. Whereas the other one, not so much. So depending how far down the rabbit hole you want to go, this is cardboard and some fiberboard. If you want, you can tear off all the staples and recycle the little bit of cardboard that's here and feel good about yourself. Now in here you can see the lack of a back. It's just a nice tension back because of the gajillion staples like I mentioned before. And you can see in here, now this is just a little wet because I had this outside the last 2 weeks, but you can see the nice cheap construction they got here. Looks like some little 1-bys all over the place. And here's that fiberboard that's down there. I actually might use some of these pieces, like the 3/4 inch pieces I have here, and the one right there from the old couch, which we call it Franken couch. I'll talk about that one a bit later. So let's continue. So I noticed that the frame here was only held on by 2 bolts and 3 screws. So I did that first because, you know, it'll be less awkward. As you can see, there's really no hole. The bolt was here and over here. There's really no hole. They just pretty much start the screw or bolt and just drop it in place. And there was a screw here, here, and some over here. But it comes out pretty easily. It's actually kind of a joke not doing it one-handed because that'll be worse. So it pulls right out the bottom, and it turns into a crappy cot. Now when it comes to taking this part apart, there is a little wire that runs here all the way down. It usually stops at wherever the heck it folds, usually. And you just take your knife and start cutting. Here's that wire I was talking about. You basically just continue cutting all the plastic sheeting off, and then you can just undo these. When you're done, you'll get a pile of springs and some thick wire. The ones from this couch were the gray ones, and the rustier wire. The rest is from Franken-Couch. So always in the center, there's going to be a seam where it connects to the frame. Basically, you save that for last, flop it over, and you just cut there and there. And just like that, you are left with another metal frame and some plastic that you can toss in the recycling can. Because it is just regular plastic. That's all you're really sleeping on. Woven plastic. Garbage. So you are going to run into these lovely things. It's a nice metal tack strip, basically. And it holds the corners, and they just tack them in place like the name suggests. They hurt if you don't pay attention, so I recommend either thick gloves or watch yourself around the edges. They're usually folded up in here and then just hammered in place. Pretty easy to come out, just beware. This is called a skirt. Usually hides the feet and the underside of your couch. As long as you start usually in a corner somewhere and just start pulling up, it comes off fairly easy. I do recommend having thick gloves, usually some welding gloves, because they use some pretty thick staples there. So, just like that, and it'll come right off. So here's a good shot of what most couches are made out of. This nice solid side, everyone's like, oh, this is awesome, it's so solid. Yeah, it's just hard fiberboard, or very dense cardboard. You got a little bit of cushioning here, crap ton of staples, and here's your support. Here's a little bit of 1x, and some 1x here at the corner. This is actually more than most pieces are made out of. You can see there's some places where it can potentially crack, because this is usually some crap wood that they use, and usually it'll glue some of the corners here so it doesn't creak so much, because after all, they're just putting it together with staples. There you go. This is what is inside most of your couches from 1970. So it's all 1x and 3/4 inch. Some of them are shaped, but this is essentially it. Now, that's not what you're going to find in modern couches. Oh no, you're going to find this crap. So, this little example I have here is an exception. Unless you have some really old furniture, you're going to have crap wood in there. So, keep that in mind. Now, why would you do this? Well, like me, you could just be cheap and not care. Or, when your nice new couch breaks in a year, you can take out your frustrations, or maybe if you have something stressful in your life, you could take it out on the old piece of crap couch that you're now replacing for $1,000 or so a pop. You could donate it if you don't have any pets. Just be aware that most of the donation places don't allow you to have pets, and it has to be gently used. We got our new couch and love seat and recliner from a very nice old lady who had no kids, no pets, and they were gently used. And we got it for $300. So they look beautiful, and we got to get rid of Franken-Couch. Thank God. So this was Franken-Couch. It was a piece of crap that we got from Ashley Furniture. It was really horrible. It broke well within 2 years of owning it. The only reason we kept it for so long is that my wife found it very comforting to lay on when she was pregnant with our first daughter, Emma, and then we kept it even longer for our second daughter, Georgia. Because it was starting to break in the center, because it was a sleeper, I supported it with 2x8s along the side. Various cats that we owned pulled it apart, one even peed on it. So we dubbed it Franken-Couch. I have a board, one of my first videos, putting it on the back because of the gap on the back. By the way, a little FYI grossness, if you want to know what the house scent is, basically the smell of your house, take that couch cushion, put it in a wheelbarrow, and let it rain, or just soak it with a hose and let that water collect through the cushion for a couple days. Take out the cushion and you'll smell the horrible smell. Well, it's concentrated, but it's the horrible smell that was your couch in your house. It's not good, really, not at all, but a little grossness just for y'all. Once you've broken up the bigger pieces, you can take your yard bag full of cushion, shove it in the trash, and you're done. That is it. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe. Till next Odd Night, I am the Oddnight Builder.